This is macOS Ken.
Apple's true start in India, details on services and software updates, and the Fortnite thing is still a thing. It's Friday, the 18th of September, 2020. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by MacPaw, makers of Clean My Mac X. Your Mac as good as new. Learn more about Clean My Mac X and download it for free at macpaw.com/podcast. This show is also sponsored by BetterHelp, online counseling that's there for you. You know what's cool about online counseling? You're always online. My guy's checking in with me a few times a week just to see how I'm doing. It's kind of cool. You could seriously do it that way, message back and forth with thoughts and ideas. Of course, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions too. It's convenient, it's confidential, it's less expensive than traditional offline counseling, though if you need it, financial aid may be available. So many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. If something's holding you back or keeping you down, give BetterHelp a try. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/macOSKen. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that is BetterHelp, HELP, betterhelp.com/macOSKen. One more time, it's betterhelp.com/macOSKen. And a big thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's show. Apple's about to tap its biggest unopened market. The Cupertino company issued a press release Thursday, announcing the opening of its online store in India next Wednesday, the 23rd of September. That'll let Apple offer its full range of products and support directly to customers across the country for the first time, according to the company. Quoted in the release, Deirdre O'Brien, Apple's senior VP of Retail and People, who said, "We're proud to be expanding in India and want to do all we can to support our customers and their communities. We know our users are relying on technology to stay connected, engage in learning, and tap into their creativity. And by bringing the Apple Store online to India, we are offering our customers the very best of Apple at this important time." That'll include benefits I'm not certain the region has had before. Among those are financing options, access to Apple's trade-in program, and education pricing on certain hardware, accessories, and Apple Care Plus. Additionally, the company will launch Today at Apple sessions online next month. Apple says those will be led by local creative pros focused on photography and music, plus special attention to the festive season and contactless deliveries for #these uncertain times. While the press release lets the world know that Apple's entering India in a meaningful way, it also serves as an overture to the subcontinent. According to the release, Apple has been operating in India for more than 20 years, and the company's ongoing investment and innovation support almost 900,000 jobs across the country. Apple's App Design and Development Accelerator in Bengaluru has supported thousands of local developers, and today apps created by developers in India have become even more critical to everyday life as people seek to stay engaged and connected from home. Hearts and flowers and interesting times ahead. Wall Street will probably get excited about Apple in India at some point. Meanwhile, Jefferies analyst Kyle McNeely sees plenty of other exciting stuff for Apple near term. Apple 3.0 ran part of a note he wrote on Thursday. McNeely hears the hum of an iPhone 5G SuperCycle in the US, Europe, and China. Here in the States, he sees a trend reversal for handset upgrade rates and carrier device subsidies. In Europe, he sees share gains for Apple versus Huawei due to U.S. trade restrictions. And in China, McNeely says surveys look good for future share gain, plus lots of iPhones are in the upgrade window in the Middle Kingdom. With all that ramping up, McNeely thinks a higher price target is in order. He's got a buy rating on Apple shares. He used Thursday's note to up his price target on the shares from $116.25 to $135. So far, I've not heard of anything bad happening with this week's iOS update, though I have one friend who's kind of annoyed by the app library. I haven't yet made the move to iOS 14 myself, so I'll probably do that this afternoon. While upgrades seem to be incident-free, there is one bug that's bugging people. One of the iOS 14 features anticipated by many is the ability to change the default apps for accessing the web or dealing with email. iPhone has always defaulted to Safari or Apple's own Mail app. iOS 14 lets users change those defaults, though the first release is having trouble holding on to those changes. CNET says changing the defaults works as advertised until a user restarts their phone. Do that and the phone goes back to its old ways, defaulting to Safari and Apple's Mail app. No word yet on why, nor on when a fix will be in place. watchOS 7 is bringing greater heart health to a number of regions. Mac Rumors says the OS has turned on the device's ECG feature for Colombia, Israel, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. Of course, that assumes a compatible Apple Watch as well. The ECG functionality is only available on Series 4, Series 5, and, as of today, Apple Watch Series 6. Apple's entered into an interesting program with the country of Singapore. Cult of Mac says the island nation will reward people for living healthier lives with the help of Apple's wearable. Up to $280 in rewards, according to the piece, for those who complete tasks on a dedicated app. Cult of Mac says tasks in the app will include carrying out meditation, yoga, and swimming sessions. Once the activities are recorded by the Apple Watch, users will be eligible for the rewards. The same program will offer rewards for goals such as improved food choices and getting immunizations. While run in conjunction with the Singaporean government, participation is voluntary. Singapore's Deputy Prime Minister is pretty proud, though, and is urging people to play along. He's quoted in a statement saying, "Even as all of us around the world are dealing with the challenges of COVID-19, we must keep investing in our future." The partnership between Singapore and Apple will enable Singaporeans to lead healthier lives, but equally important, he says, it will contribute valuable insights to improving the health of people all over the world. While we don't know exactly when Apple One subscriptions will hit, a puzzling question about them has been answered. Mac Rumors says the service bundles will support people with multiple Apple IDs. Not an issue I knew existed. According to the report, some users have two Apple IDs, often split between one for iCloud services and one for purchases and subscriptions. This is a result of the fact that the iTunes Store account and Apple's various cloud service accounts were originally separate. People have had to kludge together solutions and workarounds since Apple either can't or won't let people consolidate such accounts. This becomes a problem, though, when you're signing up for a service that includes Apple Music and Apple TV Plus tied to one Apple ID, and iCloud storage tied to another Apple ID. Good news, these people are not out of luck. Microsoft's senior cloud advocate Christina Warren apparently lives this bifurcated life. She took her issue to Twitter saying, "Okay, here's an interesting pickle. My Apple Music and iCloud subscriptions are tied to different Apple IDs. I wonder how Apple One will manage that." Not long after, she got a response on Twitter from one of Apple's OGs, Chris Espinoza, Apple's 8th employee, and the guy who pioneered Apple's family sharing feature, according to Mac Rumors, got back to Warren saying, it manages that. I just double-checked. That's really cool. Also, that's really cool. More news in a moment, but first a word from MacPaw, makers of Clean My Mac X. Clean My Mac X is all-in-one cleaning and optimization software for your Mac. Clean My Mac X declutters your Mac and runs maintenance scripts to keep your Mac's performance at its peak. It does a lot of stuff, though one of the smartest things it does is SmartScan. SmartScan examines your Mac for system log files and user cache that really has no use. SmartScan also runs a quick malware check and performs some optimization tasks to make your Mac faster. Regular maintenance can be key to a clean machine. Take care of it with the push of a virtual button and Clean My Mac X. Learn more about Clean My Mac X and download it for free at macpaw.com/podcast. That's MACPAW, macpaw.com/podcast. That's macpaw.com/podcast for Clean My Mac X. And a big thanks to MacPaw for sponsoring today's show. Hey, you know how we haven't talked about Apple's Epic fight for a few days? Yeah, fun's over. The Verge has Apple issuing incendiary remarks in its latest Fortnite filing. A couple of weeks ago, Epic asked the court to force Apple to put Fortnite back into the App Store. The company said it was losing money and that players were pulling away from the game as a result of the brawl. Not surprisingly, Apple is not into the idea of letting the game back in as is. Pulling parts from Apple's response to Epic's request, Epic started a fire and poured gasoline on it, and now asked this court for emergency assistance in putting it out, even though Epic can do so itself in an instant by simply adhering to the contractual terms that have profitably governed its relationship with Apple for years. By refusing to play by the App Store rules, Apple says Epic is holding its own customers hostage to gain leverage in a business dispute. While many have assumed that all Epic's after in this fight is money, Apple's filing says the company may be after publicity as well. Quoting the filing again, for reasons having nothing to do with Epic's claims against Apple, Fortnite's popularity is on the wane. By July of 2020, interest in Fortnite had decreased by nearly 70% as compared to October 2019. This lawsuit, and the front page headlines it has generated, appears to be part of a marketing campaign designed to reinvigorate interest in Fortnite. As for Epic's argument that its reputation has been damaged because it was kicked out of the App Store, Apple gives that a legally worded raspberry. If Epic were truly concerned that it would suffer reputational injury from this dispute, reads Apple's filing, it would not be engaging in these elaborate efforts to publicize it. From all appearances, including the Free Fortnite campaign, Epic thinks its conduct here will engender goodwill, boost its reputation, and drive users to Fortnite, not the opposite. That is not harm. While it feels like this has been going on forever, we're really just at the very beginning. A full court hearing to decide whether Apple has to let Fortnite back into the App Store, while Apple and Epic continue to fight their legal battle, is scheduled for the 28th of September. Apple Pay's gone live for all subway stations and buses in Manhattan. CNET says contactless payments will reach the rest of New York City by the end of this year. And finally today, a quick spin through some Apple TV Plus news. First, a reminder from Cult of Mac that Long Way Up debuts today. That's the show that shows Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman motorcycling from the southern tip of South America up through Central America before ending their 13,000-mile trip in LA. The first 3 episodes are live now on Apple TV Plus. News as well of shows to come. iDownload blog highlights a Variety report on 2 new animated kids shows picked up by Apple, Stillwater, and Doug Unplugs. That second one's got my name all over it, mostly because it's about a robot. A robot who senses there's more to life than just the facts. While other robots plug in for their daily download, curious Doug unplugs and journeys into the human world, and with his best friend Emma, experiences its wonders firsthand. Based on a book series with the same title, Doug Unplugs hits Apple TV Plus on the 13th of November. The other news show is also born of books. Based on the Zen Shorts series, the piece says Stillwater is about a panda named Stillwater who lives next door to 3 kids. Over the course of the series, the piece says the panda gives the children a deeper understanding of their feelings, as well as mindfulness tools that help them face their own day-to-day challenges. Stillwater also brings newfound fun and adventure for the 3, opening their eyes to the quiet wonders of the world around them and guiding them to their place within it. Stillwater saunters onto Apple TV Plus on the 4th of December. Now, before either of those shows arrive, 2 of Apple's first kids shows will be back with new seasons. Season 2 of Ghost Rider kicks into gear on the 9th of October, and the next round of Help from Helpsters starts 1 week later, on Friday, the 16th of October. Coming up in a few minutes, NosillaCast host Allison Sheridan hits a wide range of Time Flies topics today, including new iPads, digital events, and whether iPhone SE is the bargain many think. She doesn't bring a little color, she brings them all. In a few minutes. Listen where you get podcasts or on YouTube, youtube.com/KenRay. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by MacPaw, makers of Clean My Mac X. Learn more about Clean My Mac X and download it for free at macpaw.com/podcast. This show is also sponsored by BetterHelp. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.